Morning, everyone. Today is a Monday, 15 November 11. Oh, Monday, 15 November 2021. Me and Ruth is here because of our time confusion. Our guest didn't arrive yet, or maybe they are confused with the time because time go 1 hour behind. Today, we're going to talk about all the women's is a backbone for their house or their work or their world. When we are saying women's have so many hats, women's are so many and so much done for an entrepreneurship world. Ancient world, or we can see a modern world. It's the wording change, but woman is always behind every successful man. I'm gonna first ask Ruth to introduce herself, then I will tell you how we're gonna run this today's workshop for Global Tea Talk. That's our Monday, 9 a.m. We are doing a Global Tea Talk. Ruth, welcome from Iceland.
Thank you, my dear Kulwinder. I really appreciate you being here. And yes, the timing has been very confusing. A lot of people since the clock changed. Myself, I have been confused along the way with the time. So yeah, it's okay to forgive people with this little
Yes.
confusion. So thank you so much for being so punctual. And yeah, my name is Ruth Adjaho Samuelsson. I'm a Ghanaian living in Iceland with my family, my husband and two kids, a boy and a girl. I'm a life coach and a mentor and a belief clearing practitioner. So my purpose is to help women to overcome their limitation so they can also be happy and fulfilled in life by living their purpose in life. So this is what I've been doing, helping women all over the globe to be themselves, to be able to unleash their true potential. So yeah, it is my belief that we all need to live our purpose because we all
Right.
have it, and so we don't get the opportunity to do that because of lack of clarity. And that's why I have a podcast with the on Rich Woman magazine platform that is called Clarity of Purpose. Thank you so much, Kulwinder.
Yeah. Thank you, Ruth, for giving a clarity. Today's world, that a clarity, lots of people running behind each other. They are going parallel. They are stepping on each other's footsteps, I can say, but they are not finding Biju. I always believe I never only just dreamed about success. I worked for it. That's my life passion. I always say good vibes came from your heart, not from your words only. I I'm a coach for my own destiny, I always say. Now, when I come as a mentor, I always finding happiness more and more every day when you are finding yourself and you want to be stay healthy and balanced lifestyle. That's I'm branding myself. I'm going to become a happy, healthier coach for myself. In I think until 54 years I done for my life, and now I'm branding with the women's 35 plus. They want to be do that balanced life. You can contact me, and we are here to collaboration with each other. When we are saying, when you are clear in your footprints or footpaths, lots of time people are saying write your goals. Only writing never gonna bring you a one step ahead. You have to work for it. What is your thoughts or insights for that?
Uh, so I think that it is very important for each and every one of us to be ourselves. I speak about this a lot, and that is because we are all unique. You know, there are so many shining objects out there, and that is causing people to lose focus of who they really are And that is also not helping people to really be themselves. They look at this, and because they haven't reached that goal of the other person, assuming you are a Kulwinder and you've achieved certain goal, and someone look at you and feel like, oh my God, she is doing this, she has achieved that, and so I haven't. They want to be like you. They forget themselves. Each and every one of us are our own unique brand. We are our own unique brand. Therefore, the question you're supposed to ask is, how do people brand themselves?
Great.
How do people brand themselves? So that is how the question you are supposed to ask first. How do they brand the brands? So I will pause on that and welcome our guests for today. Welcome,
Yeah.
Jona.
Jona here.
Welcome, Jona
Thank you so
Lemmonds.
much. Thank you.
It's okay. It's okay. We are just like wait for you half an hour, and we think like we are already here. We're gonna be like record ourselves. But now, welcome. We're gonna leave everything with you. Our viewers and our listeners who are gonna watch us after on YouTube and Facebook or Rich Woman Magazine. Jona Lemmonds from Canada, but she's living in LA. She's a woman entrepreneur. If I'm gonna be like start, she have like so many hats like how the other women have, but like she's like done very well. If I'm seeing, she's a mom, working mom, she's a wife, she's a friend, partner, investor, advisor, educator, and a growth connector. That like points all hit me, and like this is like a 25+ year experience. Every woman is like a behind every household, or every man is like a woman there. I'm gonna ask in her words, Jona, who inspired you and how you reach and done these all things. And she's gonna share with her own words. Jona, floor is yours.
Thank you so much, Kulwinder. Good to meet you, Ruth. Very good to be here. Thank you so much. You said it all. Being a mom, I mean, I joined you. I had an impromptu meeting and juggling act for my kids. So inspire me is really my scenario, the everyday, you know, when people need you, it gets me going. I was actually just sharing that conversation yesterday. And, you know, I said, you know, I never realized what that superpower could look like. And I realized after 25 years in the making, it's when people need me. You know, I feel that sense of like, we got to be there. We got to get it done. Someone needs you. And I think that's what really keeps me going. Not a perfect scenario for sure. So, you know, don't get fooled by achievements and you know, what I've done, because I was crawling, you know, as I was trying to accomplish each one of them. So I think on a positive note, not try to be too realistic here, but I think on a positive note, anyone can be that. I think woman or man, but it's tougher for us as women. So, you know, we hold a different type of standard, and also we're needed, you know, when you're raising a family. And you know, you have to kind of figure out what is priority and what isn't. So yeah, so that's what inspired me for 25 crazy, wonderful years.
Yeah, thank you so much for sharing on that. That is really amazing. I was sharing with someone today my journey when I started this coaching journey. I was sharing on that, you know, I didn't start the way you say it today. You know, at a point I was confused. I don't know what to do. It was a struggle for me. And I was sharing on the fact that you know too much. It looks like a curse. And if you don't know much, it's the same way. So it was, knowing too much was driving me crazy. And at the point that I feel like I don't know much about it, was also driving me crazy. So, and you have to, you know, find a way to make it work for you. It was a great struggle. But it's worth it, you know, it's worth living, and it's just, it serves a great value in my life, in my experience. So I really appreciate you sharing on that today as well.
Thank you. I just kept nodding, nodding, nodding because it's the human side of us.
Yes.
So I think
Yes.
that's where we feel like, you know, there's a connect.
Yes,
know?
when like Jona, you are mentioned a perfect scenario, and Ruth come out like knowing nothing or knowing too much, right? Myself, like I can ask and define with like this way. Nothing is perfect in my like a destination, I will say. If like you didn't start, or like a success, like in everybody, every individual's eyes is a different too. I heard one day in a clubhouse, you are a mom for six, I'm a mom for six too. I have a two set of twins, right?
Wow.
Even like the first one, uh, that's like a challenge. I'm 23. I'm by myself, right? In here and my husband. And I didn't know things. Then I don't know. After 4 months, think about like she's like just 4 weeks when I travel back home. I need urgent travel. I take her. Didn't tell anybody in my family I'm coming, but I go. And I stay for months there. And all of a sudden, then some bad happening here. Her aunt passed, my husband's aunt passed in BC. Then he have to travel. Then I come back again with this little one. And that 4 months we are apart from each other. Then one day, just I said like, let's like give a one more try. Then we have a family complete. Same night I get pregnant. God. And it's a twins. Then like usually they said like 4 or 5 months people they didn't know. I after like a second day I feeling like I gonna have a twins. My doctor is laughing on me. She said like, what are you talking? And then like think about after 15 months part you have 3 kids, and what you gonna do? But like I'm always a hard believer in myself. Like I always say, don't just a dream, work for it, try it, like do it. Like I done these kind of things. And now with since pandemic hit, like a lots of people are on social media. I don't have like a very fancy words and big words. I'm like a normal person, I can say. I done like so much behind that. Like when I'm hearing your story and I'm learning and seeing your bio, I'm seeing like putting in a words or going in a other person's shoes is not easy, but at least you started. And now that experience is your experience. It's going to work for everybody. We are trying to fit in like with the community. We are want to give like our hardship where we strangle up, how Ruth said, like too much information also is like killing us. That's like all global. When we are saying now today's world, we have a tea talk, just like we give this like global tea talk. What is our purpose behind? We're gonna bring other women, wake up. You can do that too, what we are doing. But like sometimes it's work. Sometimes we are finding women finding other person's yes, like maybe my husband say, okay, go ahead. Or maybe your father said, go ahead. Don't wait so long. We wait like so long to do these kind of things and we tangle up.
So true.
It is not easy, but everybody can do it. That it is possible, but it's not easy. What is your insight? Both of you gonna take a turn and share like how you can make a clear for other women. Anybody can do anything in their life. That's what I'm saying. And my grandmother, I'm saying, like I have like my mom's mom is still alive, my dad's mom is passed, but like I get like so much advantage from old people in my family. I learn things from my family. My grandparents always like teach and say, never say no. Modern word describing no different ways. They said always, if like you have a simple water, just welcome the person in like a with smile. You are not giving anything, but like today's world, people are not doing that, like a reality, not honesty. They are showing I'm this, I'm doing that, but like nobody is like can bring you on high scales or put you down. Your own power. What is your insight for this, like a long question, how you can describe both of you?
I mean, Ruth, you're welcome to go first if you'd like to, since you talked about the, you know, knowing too much scenario. I can absolutely relate with that. Absolutely. And Kulwinder, I related with everything you said, from having 6 kids to, saying yes, to just doing it. So I just want to compliment both of you. I think every woman, we all have our weaknesses, but we absolutely need to focus on our strengths. So Ruth, please share on that. I'd love to hear.
That's great points you put out there. I was sharing this with a group of women over the weekend, that we have weaknesses and we have our strength as well. You don't need to waste your energy trying to figure out or build yourself out of that weaknesses. Focus on your strength. Do something with that to achieve something. And if you have the time, you can take a look at the weaknesses and make something out of it. See how you can fix that to your advantage. So it's very important to focus on your strength. And like Kulwinder, you were saying, for women, that we are capable of doing anything, becoming what we want to be, do, or have. We can be all that, but it's based on the individual's beliefs that you have or your preparedness. If you are prepared to achieve that, nothing will stop you. I could tell myself from the beginning that because of this reason, I'm not qualified to become a coach, or I'm not qualified to help another woman because of this and that. But I didn't. I believe that I am capable of becoming anything I want. There is no limitation except the one that I will place on myself. So whatever I would tell myself that it's not possible is what is going to be my reality. So to every woman watching this or out there, whatever you desire to be, it's never too late. Never too late, no matter your circumstances. It doesn't matter where you are coming from, where you live, your environment. If you set your mind to it, you can achieve it. You can achieve it. So people get, when you're talking about the yes, something that came up to me, the yes, you can define it in so many ways. So you can say yes when there is an opportunity for you to achieve something great, or to start somewhere to prepare yourself for the next level. Say yes to it before you start asking questions, but it's not when you don't say yes when you find something that is going to hurt you or destroy your life, and you say yes to it and back down. No, but make sure you say yes to anything that will prepare you for something. And usually people think about themselves. You never know what, by saying yes to that opportunity, how many people's life you're going to touch out there. So it's not only about you. It is about the people's life you are going to touch. If you think about yourself, you would never be able to say yes. You never be pushed to say yes to the opportunities for you to stand up to certain level to help the other person. Because I have seen people that say no to everything. And the reason why they are doing that is the mindset they have. They believe that it's about themselves. So they would rather be in their safe corner by saying no, then they don't expose themselves. They are not, then they are their comfort zone, because they feel comfortable, they enjoy that space. But if you think about, oh my God, if I do this, I will be able to help this woman and her children, you will be motivated to do something. So first of all, it's not always about you. It is
Right.
about your community. It is about your environment. It is about your friends, your family. What can you do to help them? You know, our children and people in our community, they watch us, they model us, you know, they look up to us. You can look at yourself and say you are nothing, but there is someone looking at you and wishing that I am like you. This is what I want people to know. You think you are not a billionaire, you are not a president, you are not the first lady, so you have not matched yourself to certain standard. Therefore, people don't look at you or don't model you or don't wish to be you. No. Yes, people wish to be like you, even with all your circumstances. So think about that before you say no to your opportunities, before you feel like you are not good enough, before you say to yourself that you are not capable of something, before you speak that it's not possible for me to achieve that because I am poor, because my family, nobody has ever achieved this before. It's never going to happen for me. No, 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 it's not. You can be who you want to be, become who you want to become, and do what you want to do and achieve what you wish to achieve. Thank you. I will give the floor to Jona or Kulwinder.
Ruth, I mean, gosh, you said it so beautifully, so passionately. If you can see my reaction, I'm just like, yep, she's hitting the nail. Nail 1, 2, 3. And I want to compliment that as well and acknowledge it because, I mean, I'll share the 3 takeaways, hearing what your best take on it. I think the saying yes, there's an actual quote where it says, we are one decision away from changing our lives. And I think that itself is a process to figure out, what is that decision? What is it I need to change today? And the other thing that you said, Ruth, is, the thinking about, like, asking too many questions. Well, why should I do it? Well, is it going to work? What if it fails? And there's one thing I always say to my kids at home: do not overthink. Do not overthink. There's going to be steps, but just take the first one. So I would say for all of us women out there, and brackets men, don't overthink. If there's something that we want to try, just try it. And if it doesn't work out, it's okay. You've checked it off. Richard Branson, he's one of those people that I look up to. And you're right. Someone could be watching you and absolutely want to say, I want to do what Ruth is doing, right? Or Kulwinder or Jona. They need that inspiration. And so that's why earlier on I said to you, the inspiration for me are people. Yeah. Because there's so many different things that you exemplify, you showcase, you share with us. And I would say, with Richard Branson, say yes and figure out the rest. Yes first, right? Because if you don't say yes, you're holding your own self back, right? So get out of your own way, right? Sometimes we are our worst enemy.
Yes.
For any decisions, and lastly, with what, my takeaway from what Ruth shared is, as women, I think the strengths and the weaknesses doesn't really exist, at least in my opinion. I think the part of the process is really getting to know ourselves. And the funny thing was, last night I was talking to my husband about transformation. I said, our spiritual, our mindset, everything that is like about us, we constantly have to go through that transformation stages. And I said, and I think that's what's lacking. That's what's lacking in any problems, potential problems. So this happens in marriages, this happens in our careers, this happens out there for a lot of women. And I think it's a real struggle that we don't talk about, because we hold such high standards for ourselves. So, it's like, well, I want to do it, but we care too much about, like you said, Ruth, right? You have to serve others through what you are good at. So if we're not thinking, wait a minute, it could affect a community, it could affect, a lot of women, then it's quite selfish to think that it's just about us. And so what happens is we imprison our own selves with overthinking,
Yeah.
overanalyzing. So then
Right.
now we're losing momentum and losing time. And you're wondering, wait a minute, we're ending 2021 and haven't accomplished, all the things that I wanted to. Well, maybe it's time to think about that, right? Think of it as a process. It's sort of that experience. And, for me, I think Ruth said it all. I mean, it's so relatable. So relatable. I mean, yes, 6 kids, right? It changes the ball game. It changes sort of that expectation for ourselves. And I tell you, 4 years ago, I decided to say, you know what, screw it. I don't care if it's not going to be perfect, but I'm just going to keep going.
Oh, yes.
And I tell you, get your hair down. It's like, doesn't matter if you don't have any makeup on, but you're doing something. You're
Yeah.
in action. And I've never used my kids, like having kids, as an excuse, because I think they should be your reason why you should be in motion, right? Because that's the best inheritance they're going to see and get from you as a mom.
Yeah.
It isn't the money. It is, right? Like, hopefully there is money or whatever wealth, but I raise my kids to believe that they're not going to get anything from me. What they're going to get from me is now, the today.
Yes.
Like, what can we do today together?
Yeah.
Okay, I can drive you to school. Great. I'll optimize that opportunity. Oh, with COVID, what, a year and a half lockdown in Los Angeles.
Wow.
So we had to adjust. All my kids homeschooled. I embraced that. A lot of parents couldn't really do that, but I embraced it. And I said, you know what, make the most out of it. I was just blessed that we had that opportunity. Not everybody has that opportunity. So I do recognize that, but we're talking about the inner being, the inner self. Most people, they probably wouldn't even accept that change happened. But I think we need to learn to embrace, right, what seems to be so imperfect and just keep in action. I think that's what gets us through, right? Every problem, every challenge. And so to all the women tuning in, I think Ruth said it all. And, Kulwinder is so relatable, having kids and, the whole saying yes and saying no. And I think that's sort of where we are as women. Men are a little bit different. They're very transactional, right? So when they see things, it's like plan of action. They don't really think about the action. They think they just need to do it. With women, we take in everything. So, and that's the growth I've really experienced for 25 years. It's not perfect.
Wow.
I can tell you probably 100 stories of, fail stories and setbacks. And I look back and I just laugh. I'm just like, oh my God, was that me? What was I thinking? Where was I at that time? And when I look back, I just say, you know what? That's what's making me, right, get through and achieve those things that I want to achieve. And so I think for, as moms, as women transitioning, feel like, gosh, it's over. No, you said it, Ruth. It's never too late. Never.
Right. Julie, take a floor very well. When you're talking about opportunities are everywhere. This is a revolving door. You take it with the both hands, you let go every time.
Yeah.
And, I always believing in 3 C's. Choice, nobody can make for you. You have to do it. Chance, you are the one who gonna take it. Doesn't matter who you are. And the change, you want to change. You can do anytime. Never be too late. Never give up. That's I'm saying. When
I
you're
love it.
your husband and children, um, it is not a easy. How I tell before too, but it is possible. And if I can work with a kids and I do 100 other things, everybody can do it. Because everybody have a 24-hour, everybody have a same scenario where good vibes came. I always think if you are a mom or you are a wife, you have to cook. You can cook with a frustrated mind, or you can cook, I need to cook, doesn't matter because my children didn't know to cook. The way you bring that vibes, they're gonna eat that food. That's gonna be communication and combination gonna be come there. That's the way my belief. Like lots of my colleagues now, I can say I done like 100 things, and people, they are always questioning me. I don't know how you do it. I said, like, I never, like when you are talking about makeup thing, um, I'm a very makeup and jewelry lover, but like the days comes, my hands in a kitchen washing dishes, somebody call me. I don't refuse. I pick up, and it's a video call, and the person saying like, do this thing now. Then I will say, because I am the one who decide I'm gonna work from home. Today my hair didn't comb. It's not, didn't matter, because I'm doing what I need to do. That's like your belief, because you wanna do. Even I'm reading like Michelle Obama's one quote. She said like, don't be afraid, be focused, be determined, be hopeful, and be empowered. If we are saying these like small words, if like we nail it properly, everything, nobody can choose us to be home boss. We decide. And now it's like a struggles or whatever is coming, ups and downs. In a normal life come too. Lots of people, they are thinking the work we are doing, they are saying is pyramid. In myself, I'm saying like your life is also pyramid. When you're a little child, your parents owned you. When you go in office jobs, and like only 3-4 steps, but in here you can work in a 1 month or year, or you're gonna work like me, it's like whole life. I want like I love what I'm doing. I don't care about money. Money is always I produce.
Yeah.
These things we have to be believed. What is you guys thinking, like when you are hearing, oh, Ruth is a 6-figure, or Dr. Marina is like a 7-figure, or Jona is like a running behind make a 6-figure? You want like to balance everything, or you are just looking and loving 6-figure income, like when you're hearing from others? Jona, how would you describe that part?
Ooh, that's a really good one. Well, first of all, Kulwinder, you hit the nail on the cooking part. Like it's so relatable. I tell you. Well, the cooking part, and serving your kids, gosh, that is such a great example because, for me, and I'm sure a lot of other women can relate, whether you have one child or 6, it really is the same effort. But you're right. It's like, do we have makeup on? Can I answer this? Again, don't overthink. Be comfortable with whatever this is, because
Right.
that was my struggle when I was in my early 20s. I'm not going to kid you, but you grow up. You grow up and you
Right.
change as you kind of go through, right? Those experiences. So it builds up our value system. That's one thing I've learned ultimately.
Right.
The value system, what do I believe in? What do I care about? What's building up my confidence? And I tell you, everything you shared, I'm just like, that's my life story. But going to what you just said, which is about, is the numbers behind it, right? On our work. Gosh, I've never focused on the numbers, because I think if you love what you do, God, it doesn't feel like work. And that's how I feel. I feel exactly the same. I think once you find that niche and that energy that you have, you're like an energizer bunny. You know that commercial where the bunny just keeps going because it's got the battery? It just goes and goes and goes. And for me, you're right. It's like, well, do I care whether I'm a 6-figure CEO or 7-figure business? Absolutely. I think it's healthy to think what your financial goals are. I mean, I work in the financial industry, so every day we see what those things could look like and what they value as. But I think for us as women, don't be afraid to put that number. I don't care if you achieve it next year or 10 years from now, because I didn't get to my place until what, 2011? I had changes. I had so many children. I had to go, okay, balancing act of 3 toddlers and a baby and 2 in elementary school. Or do I want to be the 6 to 7-figure business? And I'm going, which one? Because you can't do it all, but you can do it. And so it's a matter of accepting what that number is. And I think it's really healthy to figure out how successful, right, do I want to become? Write it on your journal, write it on your vision board, however way you're going to visually see that. And it's interesting you said that, Kulwinder, because I was actually just thinking about that last night. I said, do I really want to be, right? 7 figures, 8 figures. And the funny thing was, I write it down and I scratched it off. I said, and I'll share why I scratched it off. I said, that's easy. It's too easy. And it goes back to what Ruth said is so to me, my belief is, what is it you want to do that's bigger than you?
Yes.
That you can't put a price. You can no longer put a number. And guess what? That's the new motivation. So I would say, don't be afraid to put that number. But when you reach that point, when you're so confident about who you are and what you are, it's okay. You don't have to have the numbers. You don't have to look at it as, how much money am I making? Because I think if you really love what you do, money will flow. Because you'll figure it all out. You'll set up the business, you'll have a framework, right? You'll have a community that supports you. It starts to fall in place. And I think for those that are just getting started, they're probably going, I don't know what they're talking about, and I have no clue how to start this, and this sucks. Like they're probably already going, oh my God, I can't do what Ruth is doing. I can't, right? But I want everyone those that are tuning in, I want them to think about, it's okay, because we had to start somewhere. So have a bigger vision for yourself where it no longer requires you to think of 6 figures and 7 figures, because I promise you that experience is going to mean more than, 100K a year in your coaching business, or, 300,000 a year in your financial business. Over time, it's going to grow because you're growing, because you're enjoying it.
Yes.
So it's going to reflect. But that's my take on that. So
that was a great take. It was just like you just took words out of my mouth, because I was sharing with my IT guy this afternoon before I came on the call. We were discussing about a business and the challenges that people are going through, because I had earlier sessions, 3 sessions before I met him. We were discussing, and I said, wow, the frustration for people. First of all, they are afraid to write the figure down. They are so scared, but they also start the journey with the money purpose in their mind. They have this on their mind that I want money. It's all about the money for the most people. And they've forgotten about the passion towards what they are doing. And so if you don't have the passion for what you are doing, and you are not playing with the numbers, it's very easy for you to get frustrated when the figures are not coming up the way you expected. So sometimes our unrealistic expectations that we have towards the figures and the whole idea of the journey can take us away from our purpose. So it's okay to have the figures, write it down, or just imagine, just like you said, that, okay, I am bigger than this one. I can achieve better than this. But the most important thing is the joy that you find doing that. How do you feel towards what you are doing? The frustration might come. It's very easy for you to get frustrated. Someone can come and say something to you, and you can just, you will feel like, oh, that is it. I need to stop now. I can't continue anymore. But the passion and the motivation that you have before the journey will keep you on course. So thank you so much, Jona. That was such a great share, really great insight. And thank you for sharing on that.
thank you, Ruth. When you speak, I'm just like, I feel that energy, that passion, and I'm glad you're sharing that part too, because I was going to say, to compliment women that are going, okay, like, what are they talking about passion, right? Well, how do I even know my passion? The passion is try everything possible that you want to try. because one day it's just going to click. And if you're too held back, then you won't get to that word passion, right? Like, well, why are you passionate, Ruth? You know, how did you know that you're passionate about that? Those are questions that a lot of women are going, I don't know how to figure that one out. And so, you know, I say, you don't have to always be realistic, but at the same time, just try, right? Just keep trying. And you don't have to have everything together. You don't. I think from a professional and business standpoint, if you're let's do a real talk for a moment. If you are a double income at home, that's a privilege, right? And it's easy enough for you to just slowly step away and say, you know what, I'm now going to invest in this business that I want to breathe life into. It doesn't have to be perfect right away. You could do it on a part-time or, you know, at night, dedicate some hours. And I tell you, everything that I went through was absolute crazy because I had to split my days.
Yes.
Right? People are going, what? You're still up at 1 a.m., 2 a.m.? Well, if you want to make something happen, right, you have to, you know, you have to realize there are some sacrifices. And that's what happened in 2020 for me. You know, I mean, if we're talking about the most recent, I think with the pandemic and COVID, especially in Los Angeles, that was my moment to go, nope, I'm going to remodel. We're going to scratch it all off, start from zero, right? And I say zero, meaning obviously you come with experience, you come with all those skills, but I'm saying zero, like you've totally gotten a new piece of paper and you have the power to remodel and redesign whatever it is you want to accomplish. Why would you not take that opportunity? Why not? Right? You hold the power. You're one decision away from making that change. But it does come with a price, and the price of sleep, right? Price of, you know, not going to the bar and club, you know, if you're single, you know, you have to kind of lessen the going out. There's just certain things, right, that you offset so you can achieve the business. You can achieve that professional growth or the 6 figures or 7 figures. And I tell you, those things do come with certain sacrifices, and it's okay. It's okay to make those sacrifices because now you'll take more pride because you did it all with those sacrifices, right? You're now realizing and seeing in front of you your worth. You're worth more than you were last year, right? Than last week, and yesterday. I know at least today, sharing this moment with you, wonderful, amazing ladies, I know my worth today. It just went up in value, right? The alignment. So when you are so aligned with not overthinking and you just realize, gosh, I have the power to start over, the power to remodel and redesign everything and write down my numbers. That's value, right? You're so worth it. And I'm just so like elated right now, Ruth and Kulwinder, because we needed to have this discussion. We needed to have this conversation because a lot of times people say, I don't know my purpose. I don't know my passion. Well, the first step is try everything, right? Try everything. You'll grow into that. And then one day it's going to click. And it does come with sacrifices. But I tell you that sacrifice, the ROI, the return of your investment to yourself is your worth.
Right.
That worth, the invaluable worth that you can't even put a price tag on.
Right. Happiness is the first cup of the tea of the day today. We're gonna wrap up our today's conversation, and we can do many more because you guys have too much knowledge, and we can share and bring a world together here. They can grab your good vibes and be happy and healthier. They find their clarity. Maybe we can book for the next one. What is like for today's like last comment or any message you're gonna give? Jona, I'm leaving you are first, then Ruth, and then I will like wrap up today's conversation.
I think the good vibes, you know, I think those are the best words, you know, be in good vibes with yourself. Practice that sense of understanding and empathy for yourself as a woman, you know. It's okay, Kulwinder. This is what real life is. You're multitasking. That's what makes us successful, right? Right.
That's
Ruth?
my house phone.
I love it. I love it. I say the good vibes, you know, the empathy, right? When you look at yourself in the mirror, you got to understand who you are, what you are. Begin with that. Very, very simple steps. Just start looking at yourself, take inventory. What am I good at? What I don't like? What is it that I'm dreaming about? Start with that.
Thank you, Ruth.
That's great. Yeah, I will add to what Jona just shared. What is it that you are all about? If she said earlier, if you feel you don't have your passion, you don't know what it is, you don't know your purpose, start doing something by trying anything, try everything. So I would say be patient with yourself, keep it cool, and love yourself. Go easy on yourself, but most importantly, go for your goals. What were you dreaming about when you were little? What was that wish you were wishing for? What is it that spikes you? What is it that brings that excitement in you? Just sit down, give yourself a break, take a cup of tea, coffee, sit, reflect on yourself and see. Remember, what is it that you wish to become when you were young? What is it you said to your friends, your parents, that you wish to become one day? And remember to build a network around you with the same or positive mindset. Bring the most positive mind people into your circle of friends to help you to achieve what you want to achieve. Watch your environment, your community, whatever, and just try to network with people that have achieved something, people you feel they are doing something that you admire. You can, mingle with these people to create the life that you want, or to get some clarity on your passion and purpose, and never give up on your dream, because you are also capable of achieving anything that you want, because you too can be the best version of who you already are.
Thank you. Thank you, Ruth. Thank you, Jona, for accepting my invitation. This is a global tea talk. It's a round table. Everything is like a not for perfection, but everything you started. And how these ladies are helping. If you guys need our help, any way we can do it. Like we are just a one phone call away. This video is going to be posted on YouTube. If you didn't like, you're going to watch us on a YouTube. And this is like every Monday, 9 a.m. Eastern, we are running a Global Tea Talk. Our purpose behind whatever hurdles we go through and where we are going, we already make our mindset. And we are just collaborating with each other. Not only women's, men's can come too. Like last week, my little one is 12-year-old. She said, like, Mom, you always put a word family. I'm gonna say you are helping a woman 35 plus and feminist. And when she told me like that, like I said, oh my God, we are always learning. That's like my passion, and you can learn from anybody, but we wanna do continues. Only you can do it. Just if we can support you, reach us on. And for today's conversation, we are wrapping up here. Ruth is a clarity coach. She's living in Iceland. Jona is like living in LA. She's having so many hats like me as a mother, but she's launching her new business as a belt. If you guys are looking at our services, I'm a good vibes, happy, healthier coach. If we can give you even like our 20-minute free workshop, we are able to do it, or we can arrange a Zoom meeting with you guys. We are just a phone call away. You can find us on a social media anywhere. If like you can't find these my two ladies in anywhere, you can message me. My name is everywhere. It's Kulwinder Samra. And thank you for today's conversation. We are stopping our recording here, and see you next Monday again, 9 a.m. Eastern on Zoom.
And before you end, Kulwinder, where can we find, I know you mentioned that, but where can they find Jona Or how do they contact you, Jona?
launchyourwealth.com. I usually rename myself, but that's what that's what my Zoom is named after. My current website, the new one is actually coming soon. It's launchyourwealth.com. And you can find me on LinkedIn. I'm very active on LinkedIn, very active on Instagram. So anytime anyone wants to message me, I'm there.
Thank you.
Yeah. All right. Thank you, Ruth, for correcting. Yeah, we are all here and you can find us with our names, even actually on social media. We are in a clubhouse, very active. You can find us anywhere. If it's hard to finding minds, you can find me with us Google anywhere with Kulwinder Samra and these ladies, and they can serve you. Thank you for today's topic and watching us.
Thank you for being you.
Okay. Yeah, we're gonna stop our recording. Maybe if you have any concern or question, you can do it now.